Trying to figure out how to use Desmos for nonlinear regression? Well, turns out Desmos can fit just about any model to your data, not just linear models. And once you know this trick, nonlinear regression becomes almost impossible to mess up. Let's jump into Desmos and walk through how this actually works. Now, to get started, we need data. You can just type it in, but the pro move is to copy and paste it from your spreadsheet directly into a blank expression line right in Desmos. Here's my spreadsheet. I'm going to highlight the text, hit Control C, and it's copied to my clipboard. Now back over to Desmos, just click in a blank expression, Control V, boom, puts the whole table in there for you. If you don't have a spreadsheet and you can't copy and paste it, it's very simple to add a table. You just click a new expression, type the word table, and there it is for you. The other way to do it is hit the plus bar and then grab a table from right there. Now, if your data is off screen, you don't have to go hunting for it and search around and zoom in and zoom out. There's this little magnifying glass down here. You click that and it instantly centers your graph for the best view. Now, we're going to get a nonlinear regression in a matter of a few clicks or a few taps. First thing we want to do is hit that add regression button. That's up here in the corner, and it's going to give you a menu down here. It defaults to linear, but we want the perfect fit. So you can click the drop-down menu and pick from any type of regression they have here: quadratic, cubic, and so forth and so on. Now you can see some of them model the data a lot better than others. Check your stats. For nonlinear models, we want to look at the coefficient of determination, or that R squared value down here. The closer that number is to 1, the more accurate your model is. So actually, in this case for this data, a quadratic regression is going to be the best because R squared is larger. If we compare that to a linear regression, notice linear regression has the R value, which is the correlation coefficient. This measures the strength and direction of a linear relationship. However, it's not valid for nonlinear relationships, so just be careful there. To double check the fit, you can plot your residuals very easily by clicking the residuals plot. And it plots it right there. Then if you click that zoom fit button right below the residuals, it'll focus in on that residual plot so you can get a better understanding of it. To go back to the scatter plot, you can just hit the magnifying glass there. Now, another neat trick that not a lot of people know about is that you can actually move your dots around. One thing I want to do first is turn off the residual plot so I don't get it confused. Just click that. And then if you click and hold on the dots here, you can turn on the draggable points. Now what you can do is click and drag a point around and see its effect on the graph, not only in the table of values, but also in the residual plot and the corresponding regression equation. The next thing you want to do is copy your snapshot. So just click that equation export right here. Notice it put it in the menu down here. It's pretty long. Now we can treat this as a living function. All you have to do is type in f of x in place of that y, and you can use it to test predictions and solve for any variable that you want. So for example, if I wanted what f of 22.5 is, the predicted value would be 783.24. From messy data to a predictive powerhouse in seconds. If this saved you some time, hit that like button. I'll go plot something pretty cool.